In the beginning, it was kind of hard, just to tell you that I love you, things like that. It was in my heart.
Okay.
But by you telling me, this is the way you feel, it's not just the gifts, things like that. But I come up to, just to come out of my shell, and just to tell you that I love you, and I appreciate you. And mostly when we are, when you are together in the bedroom. So that's what we. So that's what that's what I come up and say. That I really care about you, and I show you how much I love you.
Today we want to talk to you about the power of praise and appreciation in your marriage. And I just wanted to say that it is so important to praise your spouse, to show appreciation so that they'll know how important they are to you and that you're not taking your spouse for granted. So when we first got married, Nesly was a gift giver, and he would like to buy things to show how he felt. And I would oftentimes say to him, I don't want things necessarily, I want you. And so he learned over time to give me the things that made me feel appreciated. So it wasn't the new dress or the new outfit. It was a note. It was the small thing, a card. So those things to me are those that come from the heart, the things that are more personal, I would say. And so we learned that sort of like early on. It was a little bit of trial and error because he wanted to do to do things. And so I would share with him, this is nice, this is sweet, but I want to hear from the heart. And so over time, I believe he grew to understand that that was my love language in a way. It's the small things that matter. Sometimes he was like, well, I don't, I want to do X, Y, and Z. That's great, but that's not what I'm looking for. And so learning that over time, I think helped us get to the place a little bit faster once he realized, okay, what is it that makes her feel special? What is it that makes her feel seen and heard? And so I think that's kind of what led us on the road to kind of dialing back the big items, so to speak, and focusing on the small things.
And you know what, the other thing as well, you learn from your spouse, and don't try to learn it just overnight, to think everything gonna come together. By learning from each other, then now you start just changing your perspective. So that's what I mean, make a marriage a little bit stronger, because you don't try to change a person, you try to understand the person. So that's what make a marriage last longer, which is ourselves as well. So make us 31 years of marriage, because we continue learning of each other.
Yes.
So we never stop learning.
Absolutely.
And we not try to change the character of a person. We try to make that person closer.
So it's just words of appreciation. And they don't cost anything. That's free. You're just finding opportunities to show your spouse that what they do for you, you appreciate that, and that they're important. And so coming up with what works for you, because it may not be the same for everyone, but what works for you in your marriage and your relationship. And it could be that word that says, I appreciate the hard work that you do for my family, or I appreciate how you interact and you show love by just being kind, or I appreciate the fact that you chipped in to help out the other day. Just making sure that you're connecting in a way.
And then the thing is, don't just say you appreciate the person, but prove that person that what you appreciate it for. Because sometimes by just saying it, it's just a general appreciation. But when you point something like you say, hey, what you've done such and such time, and you know how you appreciate that, and that make the man, you know, I think it make the man proud that he's doing something special. You know what I mean? Because I think men most of the time they think they've been, I call it, taken advantage of. But when you come and say that, you know, it help a lot. You know, because of the, you know, we as a man, we don't talk too much, we don't say too much, but you know, we pounding things in you know, within ourselves. But when the wives come and say something like that, he release, you know, what we have inside, what we're pounding inside, make us, you know, closer to our spouse.
Oh, that's sweet. For me, it's the small things that you do. And as I've told you before, and this is something that we've learned over time. We've been together for over 30 years. And so what I've learned is that it's not the expensive gifts that warms my heart. It's the small things that you do on a random Tuesday when you come in with my favorite candy or my favorite dessert. So I don't put a price on it. It's the small things that you do and how you work hard for your family, and, you know, showing me how important it is to provide, you know, for your family. So that to me is also an act of appreciation. So I don't put a price tag on the cost of what you do. I appreciate you doing the small things and just chipping in whenever it's necessary. So those are things that I think it helps to strengthen relationships. It helps to strengthen the bond. And we didn't learn it overnight. It took time for us to cultivate that and learn what the other person's needs were. So those are the things that
and the other thing is you just like you do, you know, once you in a quiet time, and then you show me that you say, hey, you know what you done the other day, you know, I really appreciate that. And which is I'm not even, you know, we're waiting for it, for how much she appreciate me, but she remind me what I've done, you know, just the other day, and then how she care about it and how she appreciate it. That really make me stronger as a man.
Oh. So share down below how you show praise and appreciation to your spouse. We would like to hear your comments. Thank you for listening, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Happy merging.
Happy merging.